All right, cool. We are back. And we're going to play some iRacing Arcade. Just came out. I've been playing it for a little bit already because I reviewed it over at DualShockers. So I've got a decent amount of hours in it and figured, you know, since the game's out, people are kind of talking about it, we'll just jump into the career mode and have some fun. So, I've already made a decent amount of progress with this. So we'll just kind of get into some races. If no one's seen the game, they can just kind of see how it works. It's fun. It's not my favorite racing game in the world as far as an arcade racer goes, but I've had a decent amount of fun with it. So you get these perks that you can spend over the course of an entire race weekend. Yeah, the career mode, so yeah, you have this calendar and there's all these different like series that you can race in, and a lot of them fall on like the same weekend, so you've got to decide. You can do as much or as little as you want. Like this is an F4 race that I can do, this is a Porsche race I can do. And you just kind of earn money to buy new cars, to enter different series, to level up, to unlock these new buildings that you can buy that give you like extra perks and things like that. It's pretty basic. But yeah, it's fun. I'm just gonna turn the volume down a little bit. Which I can just do in the game too. Let's see, 1 second. Should be better. Okay, so yeah, career mode. We'll just start doing some races. F4 is fun. So the game is really simple. Yeah, so some of the buildings that I've already built in my career mode, they give you these perks that you can spend over the weekend. Like this one's pretty nice. It gives you extra grip, engine power. But also does more damage if people hit you, which they do in this game, you'll see. Let's do this. That one sounds fun. Extra grip on the first lap sounds fun too. And I've kind of been playing on Pro or Master. Superstar is like a bit much. Let's just do Pro right now. So, I mean, the game looks cool. It looks nice. I like the presentation of it quite a bit. So you'll see in the bottom left we have like a vehicle health meter, a fuel meter, and our tire grip. And everyone just kind of races like it's bumper cars, which depending on what you're looking for is good or bad. A lot of times I'm just kind of trying to do my own thing and I'm just literally getting bashed off the track. But the fun thing, so there are penalties for like track limits if you go beyond those orange bollards that are on every corner. And if you get a track limit penalty, you just like instantly slow down for like 2 seconds. So if your opponents are kind of knocking you off the track, they can like force you to take those time penalties, right? Which is a little frustrating, but then you learn that you can just do it right back to them too. So potentially if someone's like side by side with me around a corner, I can just bash them off the track and give them a penalty and like immediately slow them down. which is cool. Just makes things a little bit more chaotic than what I was expecting when I first started playing this game. Yeah, it does have online racing. What's like a big miss, I think, is that it's only like private rooms. And so you can't just like matchmake with random people, which with a game like this, whose player base is probably not super big, the fact that like you have to just do everything privately is really weird. Like you can't just matchmake with whoever's online. So you can start a room, get a code, send it to your friends, everyone joins, you just do it that way, but like it seems like a pretty big miss. Ooh. And this race just got intense on the last lap. Okay. We take the win. GG's. So I had already done a few other races in this series. So like you'll see right here, our point total for this series, I've won every race. So that was the final race in this series, and we got first. Oop, I skipped the celebration. That's okay. So here's my new trophy. Which then completes a goal, which you get XP for, which you'll see just leveled up our team level in the corner, which gets you new perks and stuff as you go. I have this trophy, a series of trophies now, a new chassis shop, a new engine shop, a new R&D shop, which we can mess with after this race weekend. Let's see what else I want to do. The Porsche Cup gets pretty intense, and this is an endurance race too, so we can see like pit stops and tire wear and stuff like that too. Okay, gonna have to kind of lock in for this because the Porsche races are chaos at first. Like the cars are just all over the track. I have my Porsche that's themed after a McLaren, which is pretty funny, I think. So yeah, it's just chaos, right? Like, holy cow. Like, the fact that they made the tracks so, mini. And the cars are obviously, like, scaled down too, but, like, not as much as the tracks are, I feel like. So everything just gets, like, really congested sometimes. And it's just bumper car chaos. Which, again, is fun. Like, it's cool, but it's not quite what I expected also. Working our way back up. So right there, I just caused him to get a track limit penalty because I forced their car beyond the barrier, or like beyond the bollard. So you can kind of use it to your advantage too. And those are the only penalties in the game. It's just track limits. Like there's no penalties for like creating contact or like anything like that. So you can be as rude as you want to be. So something we'll start to see here as my fuel and my tires wear down is that you really do start to notice like the lack of grip I'm already kind of feeling it at 75% tire wear here. And so your performance and your times just start to dip, and like it's harder to stay on the track and make corners. Everyone else in the race will have to pit too. Actually, I think we'll all have to pit twice. You can see how much fuel I have left. I've got like a little over 5 laps of fuel, and we're on lap 6. We'll see. So there's a little bit of strategy about like when you want to pit, when you want to get on like fresh rubber that will perform better than the other drivers, if you want to try to like undercut people, whatever. But it's cool that there's like real world vehicles and tracks. Like this is an iconic track. If you've played Gran Turismo, you've played this track. Here's where it gets a little bit weird, right? Like, the difficulty settings of this game, we're on like the medium average setting right now. It's a little bit too easy where we are. I'm just kind of pulling away from everybody. Actually, no, there's someone still like really close to me that's like rubber banding like crazy, which is another thing. But if I go to the next level, it just feels like the jump is too much between the levels. The game's performance has been good. I've had like a couple of like frame drops here and there, but I think it's more my PC than the game itself. But yeah, like a weird thing is that the free play mode like lets you really fine tune the like iRacer difficulty from a scale of 0 to 100. You can like set it wherever you want, and like, whoa, I overshot my pit. Will they still do it? Okay, that's hilarious. Back up. Okay, that's one way to pit. But yeah, so you can like really customize the difficulty in free play, but in career mode you can't. And I don't understand why. Like, why can I get really custom with all of the options and settings in free play, but like career is locked into these like difficulties that I feel like I'm stuck between and that aren't super engaging because of that. Also, you can do qualifying sessions in free play, but you can't in career mode. Like, you'll notice this race just, like the 2 races we've done just have started, and you just start from last place, and there's nothing that you can do about it. But there is a qualifying mode in the game. Like, it's physically there, you just can't do it in career. And that's very, very strange to me, like a strange choice. You'll also notice, we're just going to go through like all of my little nitpicks of the game. Like I'm having fun, to be clear. I just like also reviewed it, and so like this is all fresh in my head. The timing, like the positions of everybody on the left side of the screen, I would love to have time gaps there to know how far behind the next person is, how, like if I'm closing the gap to the people in front of me, like to have that physical time data to kind of look at and track, but it's just not there. And then would also love sector times. If I can just ask the devs for things that I think we could use. Sector times and like, you know, the purple and green and yellow sectors like F1 or other types of racing that do that. would be just fun, just to kind of track your performance on your own and to like see where you can improve and like where you're falling off lap to lap, things like that. And I can get the argument that like it's an arcade game, it's an arcade racer, like this is asking too much, blah blah blah. It also like just kind of presents itself as kind of this like bridge between arcade and sim. Like this is, for as like cartoony and whatever as it looks, it's still, I feel like it wants to like still capture the sim racing audience that's just like that are looking for an easier experience or like a not as intense experience. And players like that are still going to want splits, and they're still going to want time gaps. And they're, the fact that like when we just pit, like I couldn't choose a different type of tire to come out on, I don't know, it's a little basic. And when you combine that with the fact that it's all just gas and brake and no other way to like refine the racing at all, I don't know. Interesting choices. Fun game. I think it could be better with some tweaks. Is that a clip of my pit stop that I completely scuffed? That's hilarious. So yeah, we should be able to make it to the end here. You'll notice this is lap traffic, and nice feature that I actually like a lot. If you're passing lap traffic, they just turn into ghosts, so they don't get in your way. On the one hand, it'd be fun to like fight back through the grid, but the fact that these tracks are kind of scaled down and like you can kind of catch back up to people super quickly, it would become just a nuisance as you're lapping people to have to like repass them every time, especially with how aggressive the AI racers are. Like they would be trying to force you off the road and just could completely throw your race. So nice choice there to just make it ghost traffic if you're lapping people. Final lap. Woo! Victory for the McLaren Porsche. So yeah, I mean, I have my little nitpicks and my little gripes, and I think overall the game gets a little like repetitive feeling, but if you're just kind of popping in and doing like a few races here and there, it's a good time. Let's go to Imola. That'll be fun. Show off a different type of car. This is the touring car. We haven't seen this yet. It's fun too, like I have this like nice bus or truck or whatever that drops off my car now in the cutscene. Before it used to just be this like little like truck, and as I've kind of like upgraded my career and upgraded my garage, you start to get little things like that that change to show that you're progressing, rising through the ranks. The game looks really nice. I do like how it looks a lot. The cars sound really good. Honestly, the cars, they handle really well and they all feel distinct and different, which is cool. Imola is one I've found where track limits, like people will just force you off the road. So you've got to be really careful. Like, ugh. These people that are turning invisible, it's because they got track limits. So they're being forced to slow down. And I just got one there. Womp. If you do get directly behind people, we're not close enough there, but you'll start to see like, yeah, you can see it a little bit there, like some air coming off of the hood of my car to show that we're drafting them, or like we're in their slipstream. So that's one of the little ways that the game has something besides just gas and brake. There's like slipstreams and drafting, so you want to use that to your advantage, obviously, to overtake. I thought I could force him off. We're in a slipstream chain, so I can't really make any progress. Or train. That was almost track limits. Oh, looking at the chat while I'm racing cars. Boo! My car is smoking. That's good. Good, good. This is going very well. Well, I don't know how much we can catch up with just 2 laps to go in a car that's about to burst into flames. I'm definitely losing performance because of this. Only hope is these track limits violations if people go off the track. Ooh, excuse me. I tried. Getting back in the top 5 would feel like a win at this point, but we're way too far back. Why is my McLaren blue? It's a throwback, right, to when they... So their Indy cars do still use blue, like at least one of them has some blue. And then like when Lando first got to McLaren back in those days when it was like Lando and Carlos or Lando and Daniel, they had like the orange and blue car. So it's just a throwback to that era. Well, this was bad. And it's getting worse. 12th place. Literally has never happened to me in my several hours of playing this game. My double-digit hours of playing this game. This is my first last place, so enjoy that, Twitch. Whoops. Series standing dropped. Down to P4. That's rough. Yikes. Being told the car still sounds a little loud. We'll try that, see if that's better. Okay. Another touring car race, so we'll see if this one goes any better for us. Can't do much worse than P12, obviously. I'm gonna try to be a little bit more careful. We had like a car modifier last race that I think was like the glass cannon car, which makes you take more damage. I think that's why we started smoking, Because that's the first time I've ever had that happen, and that's the first time I've ever used that car effect. Typically in this game, you can just bumper car whoever you want, and it does not matter. Unless you get, like, just T-boned massively or something. So yeah, this is when I feel like I probably need to raise the difficulty a little bit, because we just went P12 to P1 on the first lap, but it's not consistent between the different cars and the different tracks, and it's hard to really know. Whoa. But we're going to be in pretty good shape. We'll have to take one pit stop at some point in this race based on our fuel. I don't know though. See, and then they just kind of stick super close to you. So it's like I got to first really quickly and now I can't pull away, which I'm fine with because it makes it more interesting to have like a closer race, but also like, is it like rubber banding? I mean, I feel like I'll be driving pretty consistently and I just still can't create any sort of space. Because surely their performance and things fall off too with their tires. So like, yeah, I'm probably slowing down at this point because my tires are wearing, but it should be happening to them too. Yeah, like that lap was almost a full second slower than my best because my performance is starting to take a hit now. Also at this point, like, I'm quite literally just flooring it. This track and this car make it so that you can just stay on the gas, except for maybe this turn. Stay on the gas the entire time. And it's the best way to race it, and it's just a little, I don't know, easy because of that. Like if I had one of those button input monitors on my screen, you would see I'm holding the right trigger and I'm like not doing anything else. All right, one more lap and then we're gonna have to pit. Try to do a better job pitting this time. I also don't know what side of the track it's on. Left. Not bad. Okay, that should get us to the end. Also, I can just drive through everybody. Seems like no one else has pit yet, because how the heck am I in 11th after pitting once while waiting as late as I possibly could? Surely not everyone else is pit, right? Like, they can't all just be undercuts. Okay, there goes 2 more. So how did their fuel last longer than mine? Because I physically was not able to make another lap. I mean, maybe I'm consuming more fuel because I'm not coming off of the gas, I guess, but still just seems a little strange. They're driving better. Yeah. Fair. Also, that guy's last name is Kokiri, which surely has to be a reference to Zelda, because in the Ocarina of Time, the game starts in the Kokiri Forest. Best lap. It's nice that you start to see the racing line form during the race. Like, this line has not been here the whole time. It gets more and more pronounced as the race goes on. So nice little details like that. And then it gives you like the actual line to try to follow if you don't know the most optimal one. So I think our performance is starting to dip a little bit with the tires. We're getting a little bit looser. Grip is falling. Yep. 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 Final lap, and no one's close to me at this point, so this is pretty chill. Just need to avoid track limits. We should be good. And GG's. Do a few more races. Let's try to increase the difficulty next time too. See how that goes, since kind of keep having the same result. Ooh, fancy team headquarters. Okay. Whoa. Let's just see, can we upgrade the garage? Not yet. Okay. Navigating on here is a little weird. Can we upgrade the headquarters? Yes. Can we upgrade it again? Yes. Let's upgrade the engine shop. Cool. And the chassis shop. And R&D. See, yeah, building tracks is such a good idea. It makes a ton of sense. Like, you would think, especially like in this build mode, like you can literally build the road, right? So like, why can't I just build my own track that then we can go and race on? It makes so much sense. And then if there's like a feature to kind of like share that online, like share your tracks, your custom tracks, there's all these just like decorations too, so you can get as like in depth as you want to with it. Just, yeah, certain things like that where it's like, I don't really know why this isn't in the game. So the online is there, but it's like not what people actually want from it yet. And then like easy things like that where it's like, yeah, why can't we just build tracks? Like, it seems like the functionality is pretty much there. All right, let's do like one more race. One or two. So this is a series with a car that I don't have yet, and I should have saved some money to buy one. You can rent one, but you just get like less money from it, and you can't use perks. And yeah, you need $20,000 to get this one, and I just spent all of my money on hub upgrades. Yeah, so these are the cars in the game. The Fiat 500, the touring car, like a junior formula car, F4, a Porsche, LMP2, kind of like supposed to be just an F1 car, and a GTP, which are all cool. It's not like a ton of options compared to what I expected from the game, but it's a good mix-up still. All right, let's try one of these with the rental car. We'll go to Pro because rental cars don't perform as well either, because you can't give them like the little perks from your shops and everything. And these things are crazy fast. Oh, oh. Bad. You do drift a lot more in these cars. Wish you don't have like a drift button or way to really control it. Oh geez, that was rough. Now I have some ground to make back up. Whoops. But yeah, so I mean the style of racing, like you really do have to, these cars are a lot more punishing if you like come off the line or like try to take corners at weird angles or as close to the bollard as possible. Like you'll start to feel the performance slip and like you're kind of spinning out as you're trying to accelerate, which is tough. Whoa, buddy. And I just got forced into that one. Nothing I can do there. Just trading track limit infractions with that driver. This could be another one that we struggle with. See, it's just weird too, right? I'm on the same difficulty as what it had been for my like entire rest of the time playing this game. And I typically just like clean up. And then you get in this new car and I mean, of course there's going to be some kind of like learning curve with it. We've already said like the performance here is a lot more precise, and so you've got to be a lot more like careful when you're driving these cars. But like I pretty easily win every other race, and then like I just can't compete for a podium now. Just can't get a good feel for the settings. Also, I'm almost on fire again, so that's good. Oh, Camille. Yeah, GG's on this one. We're not coming back from this. If we can even hold on to 9th. I don't think we can. Nope, nope, nope. Get out of here. Dive bomb. Yeah, I just don't have the grip or the performance anymore with my car's damage. Shoot. Go, go, go. P10, top 10 out of 12. All right, let's do one more. We already had a really long Mario stream before this, so I just kind of wanted to pop in and show this game off for a second. So one more race. Then I need to go eat food or something. What do we want? Five laps, 6 laps. Need the Porsche. We'll do Sugar Hill. We haven't seen this track yet on this stream. Back with the touring car. So this one's sweet. This friendly steward, it prevents 3 penalties. So we can like have 3 track limits infractions and it doesn't matter. That's fun. Plus 20 engine power for 3 seconds if we get overtaken, sure. Plus 10 grip, sure. And we'll save these other two for other races. Let's do this one on Master, see how it goes. Since we have some nice perks this time too. Good start. Whoa, buddy. So at a certain point, it's advantageous. Oh my gosh. The guy just stopped right in front of me. To cut 3 corners. Whatever corners benefit us the most. Because we have 3 free penalties. That didn't help. So now we have 2 free penalties. Kind of might just be good to save them just in case like people try to force us off. They won't count. Okay. Slipstream. Best lap by like 2 seconds. Yeah, that was solid. Excuse me. Bad corner. It looks like everyone else took it poorly too, I guess. Not bad. And of course they're right there now. Okay, final lap. We still have 2 free penalties if we need to leverage them at any point on this lap. Kept it. That was fun. That was good. Actually, mastered difficulty there. Felt pretty good. Stayed close the whole time. Sweet. Okay, so that's a look at iRacing Arcade. Done a few races tonight. Thank you, Colin. I think we'll call it there. We might be back with this one at some point. I'm not sure. Got some other games coming up that I want to start streaming, like Slay the Spire 2 tomorrow and everything. So we'll see how much more I do with this one on stream. But it's a fun game. It's a good time. Check it out if you just want, you know, a nice arcadey race experience. But yeah, that's going to be it for me on this one. Thanks for checking out the video, checking out the stream. And we will see everyone next time.